Welcome to the channel, everybody. So I've got a 2017 Can-Am XMR, or not XMR, it's XTP that I'm kind of converting into an XMR, and then I got a 23 850 XMR. So the 2017, a couple rides ago, I actually swamped it, and Snorkles didn't go under, but the throttle body boot came loose, and come to find out, sorry about the light. Come to find out, the top motor mount bushing is it's torn and caused the motor to kick over and actually have the throttle body boot come loose and suck water in the motor. So today I'm going to attempt, actually I'm not going to attempt, I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to do the Warranty Killer Performance solid motor mount bushings and change those out. I've heard it's kind of a chore. Never done it before, but I don't like going to dealerships, so we're going to do this on my own and see how it goes. Bear with me. First time really filming anything, and let's go on this adventure of working on our own stuff and figuring things out and really learning how everything's put together on these things. So I've got a triangle ATV snorkel, so I've got a couple other things that I've got to take apart and do to get everything off. I've got forward mounting floorboards, so I got to get those off. Probably gonna have to move the 850 out of my way so I can get my big butt in between them to be able to get to working on stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and set y'all down and get going with this. So sit back, enjoy, and all that good stuff. All right. Get all these push pins pulled, and right now I'm just working on getting all the push pins pulled from the side panels. I have to go track down some more tools and everything else probably to get everything off. It is what it is. You know, if you're not doing it yourself, well, good for you. I could take it somewhere, but I kind of like taking pride in doing my own work. And it allows me to kind of get a good look over on the machine and make sure there's not something else going on. You know, looking at seals, we all know how seals are on these machines. And actually doing this motor mount deal should help with that. Engine, transmission won't be tweaking out and so forth. So I'm gonna stop the recording real quick and get some more tools out and get to tearing floorboards off. So looks like I may have to take that off. Just kind of looking at what I may have to take off to get in there to it. Probably gonna have to take the CVT, what is that? The exhaust off, and then take the intake, take that boot loose. Then that'll free it up for when I jack up the front end. The rear motor mount, I believe, is right here, if I'm not mistaken. So probably, yeah, I don't know which one I'll take off. But you gotta take these bolts out for that bracket. You can take that side off, put that bushing in, and then do the same on the other side. There's gonna be quite more to have to take off. That one, I'm told, is going to be the major pain, because this side over here does not come off. The bracket doesn't. On the other side, it has a bracket with 2 bolts, and it comes out, and then you can just slide the bushing in. So this is going to be the side that probably presents the most trouble. And I figure what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to disconnect the front drive shaft, so then it's not connected to the diff, and then that will allow me to, hopefully, after undoing the throttle body, which is on the other side, hoping that will allow me to have enough room to lift up and maybe turn the motor, so then I can get in to this one here and get it changed out. Right now what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to pull the skid plates off and pull that other side off. I'm not going to bore y'all with having to watch all that crap, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop here, and once I get kind of the skid plate off and the other side off, I'll come back to you and let you know where I'm at with it. Alright, got the tools that I need to be able to take the floorboards off. So yeah, part of that doing your own work, taking things apart, you know, I believe that's the timing chain cover there on the back side of that cylinder that's leaking oil. I have to do some more research on that. Not sure on, I'm pretty sure there's just an O-ring there, and it's probably gotten flattened from the heat from this exhaust and everything, you know, getting hot, and it gets flattened out and then starts to leak. So I don't know if you can see it, but right my finger's at, so that's where the upper bushing is, and it is split. So I'm kind of looking to see what it's going to take to get that off, to get in there. It looks like there's a couple bolts holding the bracket to the head, to the cylinder, the front cylinder on here. So I'm just trying to figure out, you know, it feels like there's 2 of them. If I can get in there, the ratchet, get those loose, pop those loose, and then pop that one loose, and that bolt up there, the nuts on the other side. I'm gonna have to show you what I'm gonna have to do. I figure the best thing to do is just go ahead and pull the throttle body, pull it off. I'll disconnect this, get it out of my way. Undo these zip ties, pull those wires out of the way, disconnect all this, and then take off the intake. That way I can get in there and everything. Sorry, I got interrupted by my 2 little girls. So here's the back bracket. That's the bushing bolt, and there's a bolt there. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that the nut's captured on the back side, because that bushing for the sway bar's right there. Not really a way to get in there to it. So I'm hoping that one's captured on the back side. This one's not, so gonna have to figure out a way. Shouldn't be too bad. Just get a wrench in there, get on the back side of that one. You can see back up in there past the exhaust for the CVT. and back there the other one for it. And this one, this is the front one. This side's not gonna be bad. It's just gonna be bust those bolts out. They're captured. Pull that through bolt off, and this side will be done. And so the other side's gonna be the hard part. It's gonna be the part where probably I'm gonna have to jack up the engine and hopefully move it over some. And also I'll have to disconnect this boot, take those off, and that way that can slide forward, get this off there, and it should be able to go. Another way I've heard about doing it, people said to just go ahead and unbolt the front diff, so then you can have some more movement. Really not wanting to do that, but if I have to go that route, I'll go that route. For right now, I'm going to try this and just start whittling away at taking all this stuff off and getting it where I can get to that top one. Once the top one's out, I'm gonna leave it out. It'll be the last one I put back in, I figure. And then I'll just go ahead and start with the hardest one. Get that one out. I'll go ahead and break this one loose and pull the bolt on it, and then I will get down here and do this one. Might as well start with the hardest one first and get it out of the way. And you know, small little victories. That's the only way you can do stuff like this, is take your time, and if it's in your way, and you just don't try to force it. And I'm saying all that, and we'll see if I practice what I preach today. Sometimes I'm stubborn and I'll fight it. So hopefully not today. I'll get back to you here in a minute. Bye. All right, so I got the throttle body off, skid plates off, and so looking at this, I think this top one's going to be relatively easy. Looks like it's just going to be pull the bolt out, and then I think I'm going to be able to, with the air box up and the throttle body off, should be able to pull that out, replace it. That's definitely not good to have it totally gone. So now that I've got that done, I'm gonna get me a couple paper towels and shove them inside the throttle body so nothing gets in there. Engine's already been sunk, so we don't need to contribute to any more potential issues. For damn sure. I don't want that. So hopefully we won't have to take any more off. May still have to take this throttle body off and undo some spark plug wires and shit like that. I just don't know how far up we're gonna go, and how far over. I mean, there's not a whole lot of room to stretch a whole lot of stuff, so we got to be real careful when we're doing it. And hopefully we can get it up, get it moved over to pull those out and put the new ones in. The new ones definitely have no give to them, so it's definitely, I mean, they're solid. They're solid. So one more step in the right direction, I think. So there's the other side of the bolt, the nuts on the other side, and I think I can get a wrench in there and just pull it loose, and then we'll go from there. Get that one out, like I said, then I'll undo this back one and then undo that one, and the engine should, I'll have to get a good jack, get it underneath there, find the best spot, probably right through that square right there, and lift up on it. I may have to find something to support that. The ass end, actually, thinking about it. And to move it over, I'll for sure probably have to do some other finagling. like I said, I'm really hoping that that nut that I can see right there, I'm hoping it's captured. If not, well. All right, Can-Am, this is about the shittiest design I've ever seen. So that thing, I thought it was just a straight, I don't know, but you can see it sheared it off. Well, this side wasn't bad. It was on that bracket right here. This other one had a bolt that went through there. Well, hell, without it being able to hold steady, that fucking bolt wouldn't come out. I had to chew on it, finally get it where I could get to that shaft and get vice grips on there enough to grab hold of it to screw it out. Shitty design on Can-Am's part. I mean, what the hell? I don't know what they're thinking, but shitty design. Finally got that out. It took a while. So now I'm gonna start on the one of the other ones, either the back one or the front one. I don't know which. I was hoping that was gonna be the easy one. We'll see how the rest go, but that's a pain in the ass, guys. Real pain in the ass. All right, I got the rear out. These are the rear bushings. They don't look too bad. A little bit of wear, you know, of course, a bunch of mud and everything else, but not too bad. So what I did was I pulled this bracket off. 13 mil for the 2 bolts that connect it to the frame, then a 15 mil for the actual bushing. Got it supported with the jack stand. I'm ready to do the front here in a second, and so we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping this works out. You know, like I said, I've never done this before, so I'm gonna undo the bracket over there, undo the bolt, and then jack it up. I'm going to undo the front drive shaft, get it where it's loose, and go to putting it back together. I hadn't put the top one in yet, but I mean, like I said earlier, this is a bad design on Can-Am's part. I mean, for it to just be basically a molding where you've got essentially a nut here with the rubber molding on there, and then a nut on this end with a rubber molding around it that connects. It's not even all the way through with the actual like sleeve. So I'll show you here. This is the one. Hold on, give me a second. No, here. Have a look at mine. Here we go. Oh. Like I said, I'm a noob. Bear with me. So this one, you see, it's an all thread bolt, and it runs through there, and it's just going to sit there and support it, as opposed to that other design that's we're just gonna rip and not even be able to get it off. Real pain in the butt, and I don't know what their engineers were thinking. Obviously they weren't, if you ask me, but whatever. All right, I'm gonna get back to putting this back together. Well, I got them in there. So I had to pull the drive shaft, and then with all of them out, I had enough room that I could actually pick up the engine and then move it to the right side of the machine to get enough gap to put my bushing in there. So I just put the bracket back on. Now I'm about to tighten that bolt in, through bolt, and then I've got this through bolt already in. I'm gonna go ahead and get those buttoned up. Then we'll get the top one buttoned up, and then button up the rest of the machine, I think. I need to see about getting that O-ring for that tensioner, and but ready to get this thing buttoned back up, take it down the road. Everybody says there's gonna be more vibration because it's not rubber, you know, being able to handle it all. And yeah, hope this helps some. I know I didn't, you know, exactly do a how-to on everything. I just kind of talked through it and showed some of the issues, but I was, you know, kind of in a hurry, new to this whole thing and trying to keep up with it all. But I wanted to get that buttoned up and put in there as quick as possible, because I don't know if you can hear it, but my jack's on its last leg. It likes to bleed down even with just the weight of an ATV motor. So you kind of got to be quick about things, and so that's what I was doing. All right, well, let me get this all buttoned back up and I'll get back to you. Well, I got it all buttoned back up. The only thing left that I've got to do is put the front drive shaft back in. But I think I'm going to go ahead and order, see if I can't get the solid boot here to put instead of this thing. But let's do a startup. Make sure it runs. Got a problem. Got a problem. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I'm not sure what it is. It seems like it's not liking something. Not sure what it is. Not sure what it is. So I'm gonna have to give that a look. All right, it's the next morning. I figured out my problem last night with it wanting to idle up real high and everything else. Evidently the cable had gotten, for the throttle, it gotten stretched a little bit. I got that fixed and got it where it's not sticking anymore. Still have to do the drive shaft, but like I said last night, I'm going to get the more solid, rigid cup or boot and put it on. It's this boot right here. I'm gonna put this one on in the place of this one, give it a little bit more rigidity, grease up the splines and everything, and get it back together. And this thing's ready to go. Took it on a little test ride last night after I got the throttle fixed, and most definitely there's a difference. There's with the, you know, metal floorboards. There's a lot more vibration in your feet, but it's not too bad. I didn't really notice it in the handlebars. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased so far with it. We'll see how it goes. It's definitely going to be one of those deals where I'm no longer going to have to worry about the motor mounts breaking and causing my motor to pop off the throttle body, the boots, and suck in water. So, all right. I'll when I do get the boot, I'll video that. Probably pop it right in at some point in this video. But I'm gonna have to, from what I can tell, pull the tires off, disconnect the front diff, slide it forward, and get the drive shaft in there, get the boot slid over, put new bands on, put the diff back where it goes, and bolt it all back up, and she'll be ready for a ride. Thanks for watching.